Theologian Abraham Joshua Hessel once said something like this. He said, God is not like your nice uncle, your favorite uncle. God is like an earthquake. Why did he say that? Well, he said that because, you know, what we so often do, I do this to be sure, we often project onto God, you know, sort of what we want God to be. What's not to love about a nice uncle, a generous grandpa who will, you know, get you things that your parents won't get you. And so what we tend to do is we tend to think that God is just kind of the super version of that. But that's not what this book says God is. As Hessel says, God is more like an earthquake, like what the prophet Isaiah encountered when he was in the temple. Holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. The pivots on the threshold shook at the voices of those who called, and the house filled with smoke. You know, when Isaiah has this encounter with the divine, things are rumbling. Amos talks about, you know, God roaring like a lion. You know, God is the wind, the ruach that brought the chaos into order. You know, a nice uncle will not get that job done. Even the most generous grandpa will not get that job done. So as much as we may love the nice uncle, the generous grandpa, we need a God who can do something. And those guys cannot do what we need God to do, which is to save us and mend us and heal us. A nice uncle will not sort out the mess in Afghanistan. A nice uncle will not sort out the mess in Syria. A nice uncle will not surprise us with transformative power. Just ain't gonna happen. You know, we need a God who is often hard for us to bear at times, but who gets the job done in ways we never dreamed. And sometimes it's earth-shattering. Sometimes it is troubling. Again, that's why we need to read this book, because this is the book that tells us what this God is like. It's all we got. You know, if we just simply project onto God all our ideas about what we think God should be, we'll end up with a God who is hapless. The God of the Bible is one who can deliver slaves from Egypt. That nice uncle won't do that. The God of the Bible is one who will bring them into a promised land against all odds. The nice uncle won't do that. The God of the Bible will bring people out of exile in Babylon and get them back home. Level, you know, the way to get them there. A generous grandpa won't do that. And a nice uncle will not raise Jesus from the dead, or raise us from the dead when we are in the pit. Let us worship the God who is God, earth-shattering, elusive, surprising. There's a God worth worshiping.